Skrilla. Twist a burner, bounce a turner, sitting low on foes. I'm pulling through the lot, slamming doors on buttons. And I'ma slide, slip it and slide. Pop trunk, let it down, show up in my ride. Roll out the red carpet, number 5 to park. Bad lay, piece and chain, start to see my chain. Hit the club, show a little, tip the dancer.
Brian's eating a goddamn hot dog. We're back. Rocky Prop not here. Are we surprised? Probably not. Bri, how are you today? How are you feeling?
I'm good because my favorite NFL team drafts SEC players from proper schools, not shitty schools in the SEC.
I hate you so much, Brian. I knew that was going to come up first thing today. I spent the majority of yesterday's just spamming the goddamn chat with lovely messages about how the new Kentucky cornerback that has come to the Bills is possibly the greatest human being known to man. Brian did his best to shit on my face and repeatedly told me that the Bills are trash. Can't agree more. Didn't draft a single offensive fucking player until round 6 in a blocking tight end. And we finished out the draft with a fucking wide receiver that will never see the field. You guys, that might have been the best Giants draft I've ever seen outside of Jackson Dart. Brian, I hate you. I hope Howie Roseman dies in a fiery plane crash. And that's just how I feel about it. You guys just can't lose. You can't stop drafting fucking first-round talent in the 5th round. It's just fucking bullshit. And somebody's got to do something about the new Yankees. That's what this is going to become. This is exactly what this is becoming right now.
You're a Yankees fan.
Hey. You watch your mouth about the Yankees. I could talk badly about them, not you son of a bitch.
But I mean, yeah, it's the formula is very easy.
What, just
drafted
SEC players?
Just draft good players.
He drafted 2 players from Texas, a player from Alabama, a player from Georgia, and the Bills drafted 2 players from the University of Kentucky.
All right, but one of the players smiled the whole night, Bryce. So what's that do for you?
I don't give a fuck if you smile.
It's a good handshake.
If you look like Elephant Man, I don't give a fuck. Just
oh my god. Yeah, real quick. All right, hold on. So all the slander and all the shit talk and all that, right? I have watched, I think, like 75 Jackson Dart TikTok edits. This kid's fucking raw. I thought before I watched Jackson Dart, I was like, it sounded like some JJ McCarthy shit. This kid's like got some size. He can run. He's trucking people. He's getting in the end zone. He's throwing dots. I'm hyped. We grab Cam Scattaboo so we can have the little thunder and lightning combo that like Detroit has. Yo, we're lit. Giants are lit.
Rocky, here's the
Best
reason why we don't
O-line in the league,
Dart.
by the way.
Here's the reason
why Dan and I both didn't like Dart was because in the biggest games of the year, he was nowhere to be seen.
I'm not even mad. He's a young quarterback, though. That's shit that comes with confidence in time. Like, I mean, dude, he has all the intangibles.
Okay, I would say you're right. He does have all the intangibles to be a good quarterback. The only real knock on him is what Bryce said. Ole Miss spent. I mean, they spent like they overspent on a lot of people to get to fucking Ole Miss in general. They probably have like a top 5 budget that they spent this year.
Okay.
His ceiling is limited. Like, he can be a good quarterback, but I think it's gonna be tough for him to get there. What you do have to rely on, though, realistically, you got Abdul Carter. You know what I mean? You got Scatabo, which I think him and Tracy, a nice 1-2 punch, probably pretty fucking good. Hold on, he's letting somebody in. But him and Tracy, a pretty good 1-2 punch, Bri. If you think about it, if Tracy can kind of keep up with what he's been doing lately, Scatabo might be the perfect fucking come over the top, third down back, you know what I mean? Little punch on the ball, goal line packages and shit like that. I feel like the Giants did actually get better, like a lot better in this draft.
I mean, it's still a rebuild, right?
It is. Yeah, it is.
I would have liked to have seen them try to do a receiver, another receiver.
Same.
My bad.
But yeah, I mean, you're not going to solve all the Giants' problems in one draft.
No, but they did good. Like they definitely out. If you don't draft Jackson Dart and you take Will Howard in the 6th round, or you take fucking Shador in the 5th round, I don't think I mind this draft as much. It's the fact that we traded up. It's the fact that you guys traded up into the 1st round to get Jackson Dart. I think you probably, yeah, I know, but I think you could probably have just waited until the 2nd round and probably just grabbed Jackson Dart. It didn't look like there was a real. Nobody wanted to draft a quarterback in this draft.
Nah, but that's what in the early rounds is definitely an offensive line type of fucking draft. But Jackson Dart was probably definitely was one of the top 5 quarterbacks on the board. And then like with Shador sliding, it kind of changed. Like, you ever like been in a fantasy draft and like someone takes a stupid pick in the 1st round and fucks up the rest of the draft? The fact that everyone knew no one was drafting Shador, I think kind of fucked up a lot of picks, and that's why you saw a lot of crazy picks. Matthew Golden went to the Packers, correct?
Yeah.
Great fucking pickup for them.
Yeah, they needed that though, right? Like we talked about how they needed a fucking man in that wide receiver room, somebody that's going to be able to catch the ball consistently. Golden runs great routes, but that fucking speed and his hands are going to fucking separate. He's, in my opinion, now the number 1 wide receiver in Green Bay.
I think Cleveland's stupid for taking Dillon Gabriel and then drafting Shador Sanders when they could have just taken Shador and actually used that last pick for something else, because they want to have a competitive running back or quarterback room. They have Kenny Pickett. You have Joe Flacco, who's probably going to be the starter if none of them really pan out. And you have Dillon Gabriel, who's been in the fucking NCAA for years, who's like my age. And then you have Shador Sanders, who's just been like, wait, and also, yeah, by the way, I didn't know one of my good friends was just like chilling at the Shador Sanders fucking draft party for like
just
6
crying,
days.
Probably. That must have been
like
the
6
most
days.
awkward 3 days. Yo, I will say the pick that fucking really stands out though is that Dillon Gabriel pick for the Browns. Yeah, I get you thinking it's not like, I think you take as many swings that you can. Like, if you can get Dillon Gabriel, who's probably like a 3rd round, maybe 3rd round talent, Bri?
Yeah, 3rd or 4th, maybe.
Yeah, where they got him, I think they got him late 4th or early 5th or some shit like that. I don't know. If you can take a couple swings at a quarterback, I think you just take him. Like, if Dillon Gabriel pans out, fantastic. If Shador pans out, fucking that's a win too. If they both look good, now the Browns can be like, hey, you want to fuck a little Dillon Gabriel? Somebody want to trade for him? I also think that Shador is going to end up being the starting quarterback in Cleveland. I'm actually confused as to why he dropped so far. The early narrative, Bri, was that he was a 1st round talent that should have already been there. And then it came into fucking, he's actually not a 1st round talent. He's trash. Like, nobody wanted to say anything. What, Bri? He's not trash. This kid is not fucking trash, dude. At all.
But I don't think anyone wanted to deal with this shit either.
Yeah, but what was his shit? What did he do in these interviews? I saw a TikTok where some kid was like trying to show like how the Shador interviews went, and he's just telling people they fucking suck and not to draft him and shit like that. But
they said the interviews were terrible.
How bad could they possibly have been?
I don't know, but I mean, you also have to remember that the only coach Shador's had his entire career is his dad, from Pee Wee football all the way up through college.
That's fucking crazy.
So he coached him in high school. He coached him at Jackson State. He then goes to Colorado. So, like, how much meddling is there going to be? And I don't think NFL teams want to fucking deal with Dion.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Again, like, these interviews must have been him being like, suck my dick, don't draft me. Because for him to drop, dude, realistically, Shador was this. Yeah, but Shador was. Shador was the second best quarterback in this draft. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. He was the second best quarterback in this draft. The kid has arm talent. The kid moves the ball. The kid takes a hit. The kid he can make the throws that you want him to make. He has escapability. Like, yes, he doesn't run, but the kid fucking is a good quarterback. For him to be in the 5th round, I think the Cleveland Browns had a fucking stellar draft too, dude. They trade back with Jacksonville, and they fucking fleece the fucking Jags so goddamn hard for that fucking Travis Hunter pick. Trading, I mean, we roasted it on fucking draft night when Bry was fucking hammered outside of his skull, and I had no tooth in my face and couldn't speak. But I will say, to fucking fleece the Jags like that and then have a phenomenal draft on top of that, I thought the Browns did fucking phenomenally.
Browns cleaned up. I don't know how the Steelers didn't take Shador.
Who did the Steelers get, though? Didn't they get Will Howard? Yeah, Brian, that was what, your second quarterback, third quarterback off your board? How do you feel about him being in Pittsburgh now?
I mean, I really like Will Howard. I think he's a winner. And I think that's the perfect situation for him. He's not Roethlisberger, but I mean, he's very. It's close. I feel like he's kind of Roethlisberger light, is he not?
Yeah, he's close. He's goddamn close. If they can develop him, and I have every faith in that fucking coaching staff that they can, he's gonna be a good quarterback. That's the fucking problem here. I don't want Pittsburgh to be good. I know you don't want Pittsburgh to be good. I do. Right? You're a fucking Giants fan. You need to figure out your allegiance.
No. I have allegiance, but as a Penguins fan, I like to see them do well.
Yeah, but you don't want to see them win a Super Bowl. Correct?
No. Well, unless the Giants don't make the playoffs, so I'll be like, yeah, Pittsburgh.
The Giants might actually. The fact that you have just moved on from Saquon and he won a Super Bowl was probably a terrible moment for you. But on top of it, you stopped the evil empire by sacrificing yourself. So we appreciate you for that. And on top of it, you're rewarded by your sacrifice with Abdul motherfucking Carter.
Yeah, and like we're gonna be coming at and we needed that too. We have Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, all these great quarterbacks in our division. So we need to get to them, 1 and 2. You know what our running back room reminds me of? It's like when we had Brandon Jacobs and.
Did you have a thumb pop up in your eye? What the fuck is happening right now? I hate this so much. Don't do this. Oh, God.
Like when we had Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
No, but this is the 1-2 punch you absolutely needed to deal with these quarterbacks. Brian, I know you're shaking in your boots a little bit when Abdul Carter gets on the field and Jalen Hurts goes to take off for a fucking little jaunt down the sidelines. And
I'm not happy about having
a nice little elbow.
I'm not happy facing Abdul Carter as a Penn State
Dexter
fan.
Lawrence and Thibodeau and.
Dude, I can't.
Thibodeau's kind of been a bust.
Yeah, he's a bust.
No, I don't think so. He's been nasty. He was nasty last season. You didn't watch. No one watched Giants football last season. But if you watched,
Brian, let's talk stats real quick because Thibodeau
was a top 5 pick, was he not?
Yeah, Thibodeau coming out was supposed to be the truth, and he has been anything but the goddamn truth.
If you're a top 5 pick, you should be an All-Pro.
What the fuck is happening?
This is the worst.
Brian hates it so much.
Here's the thing. Abdul Carter's nasty. So I just pulled some stats on Jackson Dart. So Jackson Dart versus Georgia and Alabama played 3 games over 2 years, 1 TD, 3 interceptions. So did not light it up against Georgia or Alabama. And then over his 5 losses over the last 2 years, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He also lost to Kentucky and LSU and a terrible Florida team this year.
Yeah, and that Kentucky defense, Bryce, super vaunted. You have talked all year about great defenses. Anyways,
like I said, I don't hate Dart, but
I love him, dude.
I
fucking
beat up on shitty teams.
I love him.
How much of that is scheme, though? How much of that is just Lane Kiffin being a shitty coach? Like, it's just, there's so much that goes into it. And Jackson Dart, again, Bri, you would say he has the intangibles to be a good quarterback in this league.
Who has a better wide receiver core? Potentially Jackson Dart or Jordan Love. They got Matthew Golden now, but we got Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton.
I'd still say it's Green Bay.
Green Bay.
After the draft, it's Green Bay, but before?
before I'd say it was you because they didn't have anyone to like. Even
Do you think Matthew Golden's better than Malik Neighbors?
No, but just overall, I think their number 2 is probably just a little bit.
Christian Watson's a bust. Romeo
No, I'm
Dobbs
talking about
is
Jaden
nice.
Reed.
Jaden Reed is nice.
Yeah, they have other talent on that team, I think. According to ESPN, who is the highest draft class? Do you guys know?
What?
Who got rated
the
the highest draft
grade?
class? Yeah, because I don't
Patriots.
know. No, is it? I was asking. Do you guys know?
I'm not. I thought you had the answers. I was
No,
giving
I don't have
answers.
the answers at all. I was just asking.
Well, yeah, you gotta have the answers, Sway.
All right. Well, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look right now. Hold on. All right, you guys talk while I look, and Rocky Prop fucking explodes fucking fireworks behind me.
Yes. So, you know, I can wear my colors again now, which is nice. And, not feel like an absolute loser. We almost became the Jets for about one off season, and you know,
I mean, you're still not a playoff team.
yeah, and you are wearing glasses currently, so
I mean, are the Giants?
What?
The fuck does that mean, Rocky?
What
Rocky,
does that have to mean?
Rocky,
What are you talking
Rocky, for a
about?
week you were my favorite, and now
Yeah.
you can go fuck off.
Yeah, it is the New England Patriots with an A.
Yeah.
What?
I got it.
Yeah. The Giants number 2 with an A minus though. That's wild.
Cleveland next.
Las Vegas next.
Oh, they got Genty. Dude, Las
Did the
Vegas
Jets
is gonna
have
be
a good
nasty.
draft? They're 4th.
Will Campbell, right? Didn't they get Will Campbell?
No, they got Membo, Mason Taylor, Jason Taylor.
Who got Ibuka?
Who was that?
Tampa.
Tampa's gonna
Yeah.
be gross.
Tampa's fucking wide receiver core is gonna be
dude.
disgusting.
And they got Kate Otten and they're like, oh my god.
Oh my god! If I'm the fucking GM of Tampa, I'm calling up Buffalo and being like, "Give me Josh Allen. I'll give you my whole team minus my wide receiver core. You can't stop those guys with Josh Allen, Bry, the MVP.
By the way, you know who's Jackson Dart's comps are?
It's not fucking Josh Allen. I can tell you that.
Josh Allen.
It's not. I've watched him
is.
play. It's not
Those are
that.
the comps.
No. As a man who's watched both of them play quarterback, he is nowhere near Josh Allen.
I mean, they both have the same
No,
amount of Super
very
Bowl
far
rings.
behind him at this stage.
But yeah,
I said
very,
comp.
very.
I said comp.
He's
Relax.
probably older than Josh Allen right now. Actually, how old is he, Bry? 27. He's been in fucking college football for 18 years.
I'm fucking looking this up.
Dan, give me a double thumbs up.
He can't be
Right,
Josh Allen. He's only 6'2".
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Nah, fair enough. I'm about 6'5",
They-
6'6".
ESPN's comp is Bo Nix.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Jesus.
see that. I see that more than I see anything else. It's definitely Bo Nix.
Shador Sanders' brother Shiloh got drafted to the Bucks too, or got signed to the Bucks.
What?
Shiloh got signed to the Bucks.
Who the fuck's Shiloh?
Sanders,
Gives a fuck about that.
he's a nasty corner.
Is he, Bry? Would you fucking
Yeah.
clarify him as a nasty corner?
I would not clarify him as a nasty corner.
Bro, if I was able to take
maybe
you down from this
in the
stream
fact
right
that
now,
he
I would
allows
have.
touchdowns. Maybe that's what you mean, Rocky Prop. Yes, that is exactly the way I would describe his coverage right there.
Yeah, he was the less talented of the two brothers.
And not only that, I think he was like a 3-star coming out, right?
How many stars did you
yeah,
have coming
he
out, Dan?
Yeah, 14. Yo, we skipped Friday too, guys. It was a lovely Friday though.
How's your tooth feeling?
Dude, I feel like a new man without a tooth. I got to tell you that. I cannot wait. I have never felt like a hillbilly more than this moment in my
You gonna
life.
show us?
No, absolutely not. We're not happy about it. I'm not going to celebrate the fact that I am such a fat fuck that I bit into a fork and it cracked my tooth. Not going to happen, Rocky Prop.
It's all right. I've seen someone do it. At least you didn't do it on something more feminine, like a
Like a cock.
no, no, like
like a tampon.
You know, sure, those were way better than I was gonna say. I was gonna say like one of those fucking metal cups with the straws that all the fucking
I
bitches
just
drink.
got a Stanley. I'm like,
Yeah.
and it just fucking cracks right, dude. That's, you know what though, that might be worse than both of the things that we said. I'm not gonna lie. The Raiders did have a really good draft.
You guys did have a good draft.
This was the first time in my history of watching the Raiders draft that I remember being like, wow, they really didn't fuck up this draft.
So it was Genty. I really like the wide receiver you guys got out of TCU.
Good wide receiver.
Caleb Rogers, I thought was a good pick to shore up the offensive line. You guys went offensive line in the third. Deontay Thornton, who is a wide receiver out of Tennessee. He transferred from Tennessee from Oregon. He was originally a Penn State recruit. So he's bounced around. I think I kind of really like that as a value pick. Yeah, I mean, I really like what the Raiders did.
What do you think about what the Raiders did?
I mean, I just like their whole offseason. I think the free agent signings, as well as I'm dead serious, as well as the free agent
you look
signings.
like you're being interrogated by the police right now. That's why it's just fantastic.
Well,
please, I'm sorry, I wasn't there.
Well, you know, they drafted Ashton Genty, and that's something they needed because Samir White and Alexander Matheson just won't get it done. Brock Bowers and Geno Smith together, I think, is going to be a cool combo. You still have Jacoby Myers. You got some good O-line players. I think they can. Who said an 8 and 9 season coming?
Yeah, I think Lulitz is actually the one that said 8 and 9 season coming, but I think they actually could make the playoffs this year. I'm high on the coach upgrade. I'm high on Geno. I think Geno is a good quarterback behind a good line. I think he can, and they really did address the what they needed to address in this draft.
By the way,
I mean, they went. Their scouting team must have went to smaller schools because I mean they. So here's a list of the schools they drafted from: Boise State, obviously Genty, everyone saw him.
Yeah.
TCU, Iowa State, Texas Tech, William and Mary. And then you have your Tennessee, South Carolina, Ole Miss. And then they went Montana State, North Dakota State, Minnesota to end it out. So they went after prospects that played at smaller schools for sure.
Everyone's saying Genty first round draft this year for fantasy. And I was kind of against it, but I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, he's going to get the dude. They run the ball a lot. A fuck ton. And if he can play well, I mean, late first round, like if Saquon's going 1, McCaffrey's probably going to go somewhere around the late top 10. Like Genty can slide in there. I mean, can he break the top 10? I don't think he can.
He's not if you draft.
Everyone's talking about taking him that early, but
everyone, please take him in the first round. Please, just do me a favor, draft him in the first round, please.
Because I mean, you got to grab Derrick Henry, you got to grab Saquon, you got to grab McCaffrey.
Yeah, we were talking about how much we liked the Giants draft this year as well. Anytime you can get a fucking generational prospect in Abdul Carter, I fucking hate you so much right now.
In Jackson Dart.
Yeah, and Jackson Dart. Lulitz, are you pissed off that they didn't get a quarterback though? I mean, they did get a quarterback, but he's a North Dakota State quarterback. We've seen them play in the NFL. It's usually not good. Overall, really good draft though.
Yeah, it was a good time. We're talking Talladega today too?
Oh, we're talking Talladega, baby.
All right, boys, I got to go. So
we're not talking it now. We're fucking going over the draft and shit now. Let me pull up the Giants draft class real quick, and then we'll pull up the Eagles draft class.
Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart. They took who's that guy I sent you in the text and you were like, he's terrible. No, he's actually pretty good.
Which one did you send me?
And I was like, what about this guy? And you were like, oh, he's awful. You suck. And I was like, oh, really?
Oh, no, Darius really Alexander's not awful. He just played at a small school. You don't know if he's going to be up to the task, really. But
I'm so hyped about Scatterboo, bro. Oh, my God.
Your first pick really does make up for having a lack of picks in this draft, but you did a good job overall. Definitely a good job.
Steelers, I think, should have drafted Shedeur.
Yeah, I also think that the Raiders did the right thing by staying away from it. There's going to be Arch Manning's coming out next year. So I would be.
Well, they're not going to get Arch Manning. They're going to go 8 and 9.
Well, they could also trade up, though, on top of it. I don't know where Brian went, but I'm going to pull up the Bills draft class to make myself cry.
I mean, dude, honestly, dude, if you're the Jags, like, you have Tank Bigsby, who can kind of like, he came into his own a little bit last year if he can stay healthy and actually like be a full 4-down back. And then you got Brian Thomas Jr., you have Trevor Lawrence, you have Travis Hunter now, who's probably going to work into some wide receiver sets, like, kind of clean.
I don't think that you. No.
Who would you have? All right, so say if they traded up to 2, who would you have taken instead of Travis Hunter?
I wouldn't have traded up to 2. Well, if I'm going to. Okay, hold on. Wait a second.
Abdul Carter.
Yeah, you take Abdul Carter. Yeah, if I'm trading up to 2, I'm taking the best prospect on the board. It's not Travis fucking Hunter.
I wonder if they just didn't want to have Travis Hunter and Dion doing like they didn't want to have 2 people under him coming out with the 2 top 5 picks. I heard someone saying they just didn't want to have players coming in thinking they have all the power and being able to just make all the say and all this shit.
That's never gonna happen.
But real quick, one narrative, by the way, I heard someone on ESPN talking about they're like teams weren't happy with Dion and how Dion was their agent basically. And all the shit Dion was saying and having Dion around. No one gave a fuck about LeVar Ball going on TV saying all this crazy shit. They still drafted LaMelo number 1 and Lonzo number 1 or number 2, whatever the fuck he went. Like, it doesn't fucking matter what your father says. Famous, not famous, Hall of Famer, not a Hall of Famer. Like, it doesn't matter.
I think it's different in the NBA, though. The NFL owners don't fucking play the way the NBA
The NFL owners are racist or more racist.
No. The NFL owners' businesses are worth 20 times the amount of what a fucking NBA business is worth right now, and they don't fuck around. Bri, NFL owners don't fucking play this player empowerment bullshit.
No, it's more of it's a team sport too.
Yeah,
it's the ultimate team sport.
Yeah,
and where NBA is almost the ultimate individual team sport, right? So if you
ultimate team sport,
what's that?
The ultimate team sport is the NFL.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the ultimate team sport?
Not basketball.
It's definitely not basketball. It's not hockey either, you son of a bitch. No, the fuck it's not, dude.
Yes,
call up Wayne Gretzky and ask him how much of a team sport it is.
It is a team sport.
You could like a superstar, like a superstar in hockey can carry a team to the
Connor
playoffs.
McDavid.
Connor McDavid's about to get bounced out of the first round because his team sucks. And that's why he has
no
rings.
Playoffs. That's besides the point. It's the fact
that
it's
not. He has not won a ring yet because his team sucks. You can't do it alone.
I'm not saying it's a ring thing. I'm saying that it's super. You could put a superstar on a pretty okay team in hockey and they'll hit the playoffs. I don't think you could do that in the NFL.
Yeah, like Barry Sanders made the playoffs a couple of times, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
The greatest running back of all time.
Shadow says, also, Rocky, how does it feel to have another Barkley? There will never be.
Barkley, not Saquon.
Oh, okay. I thought he was talking. No, shut up. I thought he was talking about. Yeah, there will never be another Barkley, and I will look at Saquon Barkley like an ex that got away. I will forever love him and his dangly earrings.
Just on Instagram late at night, just accidentally like a photo. You're like, oh fuck,
oh
fuck. You take it back real quick. You're like, oh shit. Yeah.
Saquon like this.
He's got a picture of Saquon on a baby doll's face. He just holds him.
Oh, dude, oh man, him and fucking Jimmy Butler is fucking assholes.
They said ESPN's comp for Scatabo is James Conner.
That's awesome.
I actually don't think that's a good comp.
It is a good comp.
A really good comp.
I think
I'm saying
Austin Eckler.
I'm saying I don't think that I don't think his play style is like James Conner. He's more like a Bettis, right? I feel like he's a little bit more bruising than James Conner is.
I think he's like Austin Eckler, who's not a pussy.
I mean, he only weighs 219 pounds.
Yeah, but the way he plays, though, I feel like he has like the same speed as Jerome Bettis. I don't think he has James Conner speed.
He's not fast.
No, he's not.
I hate you guys.
But he's
not.
a fucking bruiser.
He is. He's gonna. I think he's a great third down back. For
He's
you
like
guys.
David
A great
Montgomery.
goal line back.
Like
he's
David Montgomery.
not
He's
David.
not David
he
Montgomery.
is not
He's
David.
the
Montgomery.
opposite of David Montgomery.
David Montgomery is like, they're in different realms, dude.
All right, whatever. He's Cam Scatterbo is what he is, and he's about to fucking get 10
I think he's good for what he is, and he catches the ball too. So that
He can throw the ball too.
What was that Derrick Henry touchdown prop we took before the season started that I called?
9.5. We fucking
I was
that
like, yeah, hammer that.
All of our season-long props we hit. We're 100% on our season-long props. We took Chicago under 8.5 when everybody was like, oh, that's fucking stupid. You guys are fucking stupid. Yeah. How'd that work out for you, you fucking cocksuckers? An NFL official.
I do got to run. I'll be back.
All right, lay, bud.
All right, peace.
All right, let me pop them down. Okay, cool. An NFL official said the league is looking into how Shedeur Sanders' private number was leaked and then used for this prank call.
Did you see the prank call? It's hilarious.
No. What was it?
So he's like, they pretended to be a NFL GM, and Shedeur was getting all excited, right? And the guy he was like, "Oh, this is the GM for I forget what team it is." And like he started to get really excited, and then the prank caller was like, "You're gonna have to wait a little bit longer," and hung up.
I feel like a dick for laughing at that, but at the same point in time,
it's kind of funny,
hilarious. It's just goddamn hilarious. Brian, anything else that stands out to you about the draft?
No, I mean,
you want to masturbate over the Eagles draft real quick, or?
I mean, we can. I mean, we got obviously Campbell in the first round. People were projecting him as a top 15 talent. He just had shoulder surgery in the offseason, so potentially why he fell down the draft board, but probably the best linebacker on the board, right?
Yeah, definitely. Not something that shoulder thing definitely wouldn't have been a problem for me. I'll tell you that. I would have loved to have him on the Bills. I don't think that shoulder thing is going to matter at all.
I mean, Abdul Carter had a shoulder thing too, so
exactly.
Dude,
it's football. These dudes are fucking smacking other big dudes. Like, you're gonna get hurt. I don't think it's gonna affect either one of those players at all.
Makuba from Texas was drafted second. He's kind of like a center field safety. I didn't love the pick because I thought there were better. Xavier Watts was out there. I thought there were better safeties out there, but he ran the best 40 out of all the safeties. It was okay. We'll see. Potentially he could be a starter. And then you got the defensive tackle from Nebraska that they drafted in the third or the fourth, which was an absolute steal.
Yeah, he's gonna be. I mean, what did he start? 48 games or some shit like that.
Yeah.
The kid's good. He's gonna be a good NFL player. I'm sure on your team, it's just gonna be like a very minimally used player. But you know what? Like, if your third stringer is that fucking guy, you could do a lot fucking worse. The Browns do have 5 quarterbacks.
They do.
2 of them are gone before the season starts.
At least.
Is one of them Deshaun Watson?
I don't think you can cut Watson based off of how they re-extended his contract.
Okay, so Watson is one of 3. The
most
Watson's
not going to play this year. Watson's not going to play this year, so it could be 4 that they keep.
Okay, because they can maneuver around Watson to put him on the IR and they can replace him on the roster.
Well, his contract still counts to the cap, but
yeah,
he would be on IR.
Okay, so they can technically keep Watson and 3 of these quarterbacks.
Yeah, and I would assume it would be Jameis.
No, is it Jameis?
Yeah,
Jameis they have Pickett and Flacco. Jameis.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm assuming it would be Flacco.
Yeah.
Gabriel and Sanders. I think
Pickett's right. Yeah, Pickett will be the one that gets fucked in that scenario, right?
I would assume so.
It'll be Pickett against Flacco for the first string, though.
I would assume so, yeah.
So really, it's between Sanders and Gabriel for the backup to that. I think Sanders and Gabriel see time during the season this year.
Yeah, I don't think the Browns are going to be good. So
me either. I think it's going to be god awful this year.
At some point during the season, the fans are going to just be like, "Who the fuck cares? Just put one of the kids in."
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm excited to see what Gabriel has. I think he's going to be terrible, but I do think that there's an outside chance that he could be a good quarterback in the NFL. How he's like 26 coming out or something like that.
I think he's 24.
Okay, so he's not as old as I thought he was. I still think Shador is going to end up being the quarterback in Cleveland. I think he's going to be good. I don't know. Yeah, more questions for me about the Raiders not drafting a quarterback until the 6th round. Brian, do you agree with that? You think they're just kind of waiting it out?
Yeah.
I mean, we got Arch coming out next year, probably, right?
Well, I don't think I think they'll have a better record than, unless they just fucking pour draft capital into moving up. But I feel like everyone's going to tank for Arch.
I think that we are going to see some NBA level tanking this year for Arch.
I think it's going to be a better QB class.
Arch is going to be. I think Arch is going to be great.
Dylan Gabriel's 24. 2026. So you have Arch coming out. You'll have Nussmeier from LSU.
Who's good? He's very good, that Nussmeier. I like him.
You'll have Drew Aller at Penn State.
Nobody wants him.
You'll have trying to think if there's another quarterback off the top of my head.
Hold on, I'm looking right now. Cade Klubnik, they're saying. I don't see that though. Lenora Sellers, South Carolina, and Carson Beck at Miami.
And Nico can come out.
Yeah, we'll see about Nico. He went to UCLA. I don't think that's going to be too fun for him, to be honest with you. Not in the Big Ten, buddy. It's going to be a rough year for fucking Nico. Yeah, we there's a stronger class coming out next year, but it's really a 2-horse race. Arch and Garrett, I think, are going to be fucking going to be the top of the heap there. We'll also see some guys fucking shoot up that list. They still had Quinn Ewers on the board, and they passed on him. I think everyone did the right thing not drafting Quinn Ewers. I have to be honest with you. I was surprised to see that Riley Leonard went before Quinn Ewers, though.
Yeah, I was too. I'm surprised the kid from Memphis didn't go either.
He was signed by somebody. I forget who the fuck, but it was undrafted signing. Another big undrafted signing. Restrepo goes to the Titans with Cam Ward. I really like that move, and I'm really pissed off that kid did not get drafted, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was a top 10 receiver. I still think he'll be a top 10 receiver in this class. I just like his game. I like those little slot guys.
He's gonna be good. The problem is he's gonna be good, and then he's gonna end up on a fucking really good team somewhere, and he's gonna like lose the Bills a Super Bowl or some shit like that. So I just can't wait till that fucking happens.
Wait, you said really good team?
Yeah, he'll end up on the fucking Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll end up on the fucking Eagles. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Yeah, is today a must-win game for the Lakers? Yeah,
it is. I'm playing the Lakers today.
You're playing, okay.
By the way, that's one of my picks. So I got Lakers money line.
He's got Lakers money line today.
Okay. And if you pair it with Boston money line, if you do a little LA Boston rivalry, both money lines I think pay plus 215. At least they did last night.
All right. I am writing down how much you want on that money line.
Just pair them together. Give me 215 plus 215 on $50. So that would be 107.5.
All right, you're locked in for that. I hit my Lakers pick the last time out. Rocky Prop, I believe, hit one parlay possibly this week or something. He's up a couple $100 this week, I think. Bry needed to clarify because Dan said Bills and a good team in the same sentence. Shut the fuck up, you cocksucker. I made my first.
That's why I was so confused. I was like,
shut the fuck up, you fucking cock.
Like,
you know what? 5 times in a row we've won the AFC.
Bills, and I said,
my dick.
I said,
anyway.
Wait, Bills, great team. Wait, what?
Shut up. You're such a cocksucker. Anyways.
How can those two words be in the same sentence?
I made my first UFC bet last night along with the Pirates winning and the Rockets and Warriors under. UFC 1 was the easiest one I made. I did not do well last night. I think I went like 2-3. I was not happy about it at all last night. Bad card, man. Just like there was like 2 good fights on that card. It sucked, man. Yeah, but that was Ant Smith should not be fighting ever again. He needs to stop fighting. That was the roughest thing I've ever seen in my life. The elbows to the ear are maybe the most painful thing to watch outside of getting kicked in the balls. But can you imagine just getting to your fucking ear repeatedly, Bri? Does that not sound like the worst day of your life?
Sounds like a normal Wednesday in this household.
I forgot Ryan. Brian is a victim of violence from his wife. She beats him. She hurts him. Everybody just pray for Bri. I think that's honestly it for the NFL draft, though. If you guys have anything else, just pop it up in the comments. But Bri, do you have any other picks for weekly wagers?
I do. I'd have a NASCAR pick.
All right, we're going to talk NASCAR in a minute. Do you have anything outside of NASCAR to throw besides that parlay?
No.
All right, we're moving on then. Big race today in Talladega. We're in Alabama. There's a lot of cousin and sister fucking going on, and we're there, Bri. We know this track quite well. I think we generally try to fucking not bet the super speedways because it's such a shit show. But I feel like over the years, you and I have found little pockets in where to make money on these big fucking super speedway races. What are you looking at today in the NASCAR race, and anything you want to tell the boys?
Yeah, my pick for today is Carson Hocevar over Daniel Suarez at -110. So I have 100 riding on that. That's my only play. Just because it's a super speedway, I don't really get too crazy. Normally, this is a Ford track. Ford's only won once this year, and it has been from Josh Berry, which probably the most unlikely of the Fords to win. So I'm interested to see if Ford can get back into a victory lane. The top 2 favorites today are both Fords in Blaney and Logano. So both of those guys tear up these super speedways. They're just so fucking good. So we'll see if they can make it to the end.
Yeah, Blaney over the last 4 here has won 1, been 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s. Logano a little bit further down the list, but he's usually pretty fucking good at these. Last 4 he actually has not placed in the top 20, but we'll see. I think you're gonna watch Blaney today. Do you know qualifying? Who qualified where?
Yeah, the Zane Smith won the pole.
Zane Smith won the pole. Okay, well that's fun. That's going to be a fun one for everybody. I'm looking at it right now. I got a couple matchups I like, but I think the one that really stands out, maybe a little Eric Jones over Ty Gibbs or something. I don't mind that one. Oh God, these suck. Bowman over Gilliland. I almost want to go Gilliland in that matchup.
Gilliland. Qualified 15th. Bowman qualified 18th. I mean, it's close.
It is close, and Bowman's like 8 over the last 4 races here. I don't know where Gilliland is. I don't know. I don't know if I have one yet. This is a super speedway, so let's talk long shots to win, Bri. I'm going to give me 3, okay?
Mhm.
All right? Give me a short shot, a medium shot, and a long shot, okay?
I would say Bubba Wallace should be on that list.
Bubba Wallace plus 1,800.
He's probably
Okay.
a medium guy, right?
Yeah, take a medium on that.
Austin Cindric.
Let me see where Cindric is. Cindric's a plus 1,400.
Yeah.
He's been good this year, has he not?
He's been good at these tracks.
He's been I feel like he's just been better this year in general, just running a little bit higher than I remember him in the last couple of years. I hate the Pirates losing by 4 to the Dodgers. I would have won $40. Sorry about that, buddy. You should not be betting on the Pirates ever, I don't think.
And then maybe a long shot, Brad Keselowski.
Keselowski is sitting at plus 1,400. So you're right. You're right around each other. Not too bad. Here are the longest shots on the board. Stop me. I'm going to name from the bottom up. Stop me when you think one of these guys can win. JJ Yaley.
No.
BJ McLeod.
No.
Cody Ware.
No.
Anthony Alfredo.
No.
SVG.
No.
John Hunter Nemechek.
No.
Cole Custer.
No.
Riley Herbst.
Good. He's good at super speedways.
Plus 6,000.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Ty Dillon. He could win here too. He could. AJ Allmendinger.
No, but possibly a top 10.
Yeah. Justin Haley. He's won here before, has he not?
On a bullshit technicality.
Oh, that's right.
Gregson,
Gregson,
race.
Gregson, I don't think can win here. Austin Dillon, we've seen win one of these stupid races before, but I refuse to bet on him. Suarez, I think Suarez can compete at these tracks. I just don't fucking like betting on him because he makes stupid mistakes. Hocevar can win. That's plus 3,500. Hocevar can absolutely win this race, Bri. He is the right amount of aggressive to either take your bet and throw it into the wall on the last fucking lap or take your bet and he's going to fight for your money. That's a fucking fact. And he don't give a motherfuck who he has to drive through to get there, by the way. And you know what? We need more stupid fucking cowboys in NASCAR. I feel like we're being
just a field of Ricky Stenhouses.
Yeah, dude, give me some Ricky Stenhouse. Ricky Stenhouse is a plus 2,800. I don't mind taking a peek on Ricky at plus 2,800, right?
He's good at these tracks.
He knows how to run on these tracks. I don't think Josh Berry's going to do it. Michael McDowell always kind of live at these tracks too. Zane Smith qualifies on the pole, plus 2,800. I don't know how many people that have qualified on the pole and actually won these races though. Priest plus 2,500, Busher plus 2,500, Reddick plus 2,500, Briscoe plus 2,500. This is where you start to get a little bit better here in these. I don't mind taking a peek on Briscoe. I think Briscoe is going to win some races this year. I know he's going to put it together eventually, but I really do think him in this 19, I think he's going to win, dude. Lilitz, I have Austin Reeves over 2.5 3-points made, Derek White over 19.5 PRA, and Neesmith over 17 PR, 17.5 PR. Did Derek White and does Aaron Neesmith play that much? Who does he play for?
The Pacers.
Oh, okay. So he's he's a guy that should be averaging 17.5 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I did not know he was decent. Okay, cool. All right, we talked that. I'm going to throw in some wild shit. I'm going to look at top 10s real quick and give you at least one fucking top 10 that I think could be fun. Tyler Reddick at plus 140 ain't bad, and Alex Bowman's not bad at plus 140. That's not too bad, Bri. What about a little McDowell at plus 220, Bri? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean he's definitely up in the top 15 most of the time and at these tracks. So
Hocevar's a plus 220 too. I might take a little peek on both of them at plus 220. I like that. All right, yeah, we are gonna. I'm gonna go fucking McDowell. Or who did I say? Did I say McDowell?
You said McDowell and Hocevar.
God, so
we're plus 220.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go that. I'm gonna put. Let's go. Let's put a little 50 spot on that. I'll go 50 on that. McDowell, top 10, 50 to win 110. All right, cool. I'll do that. That's probably the only thing I'm going to throw in today. Lilitz, I'm going to towel this parlay. You've been pretty good for me lately, so I'm going to put that in a minute. I have a good feeling about OKC winning this year. Bri, do you think anyone can stop OKC this year?
I mean, the only other team that I feel can maybe do it is Boston.
Is there anybody in the West that can compete with them?
Probably not.
If they play like they played against Memphis, just scoring wise, I don't know if any other team can keep up with them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what can you do? What can you do against them?
I don't know, but they have the size, right? They have the size that you fucking want. They also fucking they shoot the three, yes, but SGA has. I was watching him yesterday, and I'm not a huge NBA fan, so forgive me. I know like he's the MVP this year and shit like that. But watching him when he started his career with the Clippers, and then watching him yesterday when I fucking watched him play, I was like, this is not the same fucking kid at all. He's got all of the shake that you want. He gets to the basket whenever the fuck he wants. He had an MJ moment where he crossed the fuck out of somebody yesterday and popped a fucking like a long two in someone's mouth yesterday. He is incredible, Bri.
And he's a great flopper.
Oh yeah, he's premier kick his leg out and get fucking clipped on it and act like they fucking threw him to the ground.
Like him and Jalen Brunson,
yeah,
are fantastic floppers.
They are, because they do make it look incredible until you see the replay and you're like, what the fuck is this nonsense, dude?
Who are the worst floppers in the NBA?
The worst floppers? Trae Young kills me.
Trae Young. Embiid's bad.
Harden's not better.
Harden was bad.
Harden was rough.
Chris Paul is a bad flopper.
God, dude. Chris Paul is the worst, man. Steph Curry's not my favorite flopper either, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but at least he doesn't fucking bitch about it, though, as much as the other guys.
Yeah, LeBron will bitch about it, though.
LeBron's a Hall of Fame flopper.
LeBron is maybe the Lionel Messi of fucking flopping. He wants to be the GOAT of all. He wants to be the greatest of all time, but he's the best flopper.
I mean, I feel like James Harden started this, right?
It was started and perfected by Harden.
Yeah. I mean, Iverson, when he was playing, he would always throw his head back when he went to the cup. And that was like the very dawning of flopping. And now they just throw themselves on the floor and it's ridiculous.
I don't think that Boston is struggling with Orlando. I think they fucked up one game. They'll win the next game and it'll be over. But I don't think that it's not a struggle. It's hard to beat one team 4 times in a row. Like it just is. I don't care what anyone says. There's a reason why only one team's ever been 16-0 in the playoffs.
It's like winning every single draft on stream. It's tough. It's really hard to win. Just draft so well that you just decimate 2 other people.
I hate you so
live on camera.
Anyways, this son of a bitch. I'm going to be hyped for next week's boxing props.
Let us know about that.
Let us know who is attempting to box each other, and we will try to look into it. Maybe the Wolves. I doubt it, though. I don't think the Wolves have it. They're having a tough time with the Lakers right now. The defense OKC plays is insane. I agree with that. Game-winning dunk by Aaron Gordon. Did you check that out yesterday?
I did not.
0.01 seconds left on the clock. He dunks it to win the game. That Clippers Denver Nuggets series, if you're not watching, I get it. Basketball sucks dick sometimes, but that series is fucking phenomenal. Like
I was working in the studio last night. The future studio.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, what studio? What are you, fucking a rapper now? You're like, I was hitting the studio yesterday, boys. I was rapping. I thought you were fucking coming out as a SoundCloud rapper right now. What's going on, Brian?
I mean, my beats would be dope when they do.
Brian would have the trappest ass beats on the planet. Yeah, that was a great dunk, though. Luka is an Olympic.
Yeah, Luka flops. Luka's a flopper.
Him and LeBron on the same fucking team, dude.
Oh, remember when Harden and Embiid were on the same team?
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, man. The new NBA is crazy. Have you watched any playoff basketball at all?
Yeah, I've watched. When my water heater went out a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I watched all the NBA because I was. It made me even more mad.
You're like, why am I doing this?
I was like, damn, I'm out $2,500 on a new water heater, and I'm watching fucking NBA basketball. Fucking awful.
Shadow says, I'm going to say whoever wins between Clips and Nuggets are possibly clean sweep loss to the OKC Thunder. I don't think either one of those teams loses.
No, I mean, a team with Kawhi is not going to get swept, right?
No, I don't think so either. Kawhi has
team with Jokic isn't going to get swept either.
No, because they both look like themselves. Kawhi has looked great.
Old Kawhi.
It's weird, right?
Well, is he just doing a playoff Jimmy Butler kind of thing?
Yeah, but what the fuck? So is he right? Does fucking holding yourself out in the season actually work?
Fuck yeah, it works.
So why are we giving him so much shit?
Why the fuck are we playing 82 games?
I agree. We should be playing how many games? How many games is a sweet spot for you, Bri? 50?
31. Play each team once.
I like that too. That's good though, because every time you play a team, it's like, this is it.
This is it. Like if the Sixers and the Knicks play,
yeah,
and like that's the game. Or if you have to, you play 31 teams plus 15, so 46 games. 46 games. You play everyone in the conference twice, and then you play everyone in the West once.
See, I don't mind that either. I think 46 games is solid, and then you keep the NBA Cup.
But it's outside of those 46 games.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that you play those 46 games, you keep the NBA Cup, so you move to like an EPL kind of situation where you're playing multiple things at once. But yeah, I think
that should be so you play 46 game schedule.
Yep.
You play 23 games.
Yeah.
Everyone takes a break.
Yep.
You play the cup.
Yep.
The winner of the cup, the winner of the East and the West in the cup get automatic playoff bids.
Exactly.
And then you play the rest of your season.
See, we just figured out the NBA like that. Simple. That's literally all you have to do.
Every single game would matter.
Exactly. What do you guys think of the Packers receiving room this year? Kind of overloaded. Golden, Reed, Wicks, Watson, Romeo Doubs.
It's better than the Giants.
Rocky Prop tried to fucking challenge us on the fact of whose wide receiver room was better. But yeah, I even forgot about Romeo Doubs too, who at times last year looked like Green Bay's number one wide receiver.
I love Rocky Props, but
yeah,
him jumping on the Scatabo dart train this early is just a recipe for disappointment.
Yeah, it is, but I do think Scatabo will be okay. It's Jackson Dart that's going to provide more of the sadness for Rocky Prop, unfortunately. But I hope that Abdul Carter is a monster. I really do. I can't wait to see him come out and just absolutely wreck people's fucking offensive lines. And I'm glad he's not in our division. In our division, I got to be honest with you. I'm happy the Chiefs got Jalen Royals. He's a fucking beast. He is a good pickup for them, and I hate the fact that they got him in the 4th round.
I texted you boys after that pick.
I was furious when you texted that pick. What was it, 4th round? Was it 4th round? Seriously?
It was the 4th or 5th. Yeah.
I think we drafted like 14 cornerbacks too and had 9 picks. I don't even know how that's fucking possible. Andre says it's closer than expected because Neighbors is levels above any receiver the Packers have. That's what we said, but that's before you guys got Golden. I think Golden is he's not as good as Neighbors, don't get me wrong, but I do think he's closer to Neighbors than possible. So if Golden is your number 1 and Neighbors is your number 1, I'd put Neighbors probably up here and Golden maybe right there. But I think that Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, both better than Wan'Dale Robinson.
And what you have to hope as a Packers fan is that you use Golden very much like the Chiefs used Worthy.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think Golden is a much better version of Xavier Worthy.
I think he has got higher upside than Worthy. But I don't.
What do you think about his floor, though?
I mean, he runs a 4.3, so you just need to get him out in space.
Yeah. I'm going to do Genty over 7.5 rushing touchdowns and Abdul Carter over 8.75 sacks for next season. What do you think about those season-long plays, Bri?
9 sacks over 17 games.
Good defensive line.
Definitely doable, especially with it'll be interesting to see how the Giants utilize him because he can play some linebacker too.
He can. He's very versatile, but I think he's going to be getting to the quarterback. Who's the other guy on the other side? They have Floyd, right? Or who do they have?
They have Thibodeau.
No, but they have another guy, I thought. Dexter Lawrence. Is that him?
They do have Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah, I fucking feel like their defensive line is going to be absolutely nasty this year. I mean, their offense is going to do shit. Yeah, their offense isn't going to do shit, but I think their defense is going to hold them in some games. I would worry about that Genty over just because he's a rookie. I don't know, man. Maybe he does something really good this year, but
I mean, that's a touchdown every other game. I think that's possible.
8 touchdowns is a lot for a rookie. So Royals was pick 133. Last pick in the 4th round, I guess. Golden, great route running too. I'm hyped. Yeah, he's a great route runner. He's a fucking burner too. And he doesn't drop the fucking ball. I'm so surprised Isaiah Bond wasn't drafted. Didn't Isaiah Bond have a thing where he hit some woman or something?
No, it's SA.
Oh, shit. Yeah, well, that's not surprising then. Brody says, yo, Patriots had top 3 best draft. You guys had a really good draft this year. That's for sure.
You guys did have a good draft.
I hope all of them are busts. Andre says, wow, that Genty prop I asked y'all about draft night started at 6.5. Now it's jumped to 8.5. That's a lot, man. I like 6.5. I think 6.5 is doable. 7.5, 8.5. We're getting a little dicey for a rookie, man. Let's not act like fucking the Raiders have the best offense in the league now.
How many did Bijan have last year? Or his rookie year?
Hold on.
Because I feel like Bijan stepping into Atlanta in that offense is kind of similar to Genty stepping into the Raiders offense.
Rookie season for Bijan, he had 4 touchdowns. Last year, he had 14.
Yeah.
See, I think it's more like the first year, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't – he still had almost 1,000 yards his first season, but kind of hard for him to find the end zone. I do think that Bijan probably had a much shittier quarterback his rookie year than Genty will have.
Well, I would also argue that Bijan is more of a home run hitter than Genty is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I'm curious to see the talent disparity. What it's going to look like. You're playing at Boise State. It didn't look I mean, he did okay against Penn State, right?
He had over 100 yards, but he had to run a lot to get it.
It was like 30 carries, was it not?
Yeah, and he broke. If you take out like 2 runs, he rushed for less than 3 yards a carry.
Yeah, Penn State really bottled him up. Bills mainly went defense and only got 2 offensive players. Yeah, we talked about that. We did have an insanely glaring need on defense, though. We needed cornerbacks. We needed defensive help. I do like the fact, I know he's from Kentucky, Bri. I get it. But I do like the big fucking dude we got, 6'7", 330 pounds. I like that stuffer in there. I feel like we addressed multiple defensive positions. The guy from Kentucky, the cornerback, is actually good, Bri. Don't fucking lie to me. I watched tape on him. He's not a piece of shit. He's actually a decent cornerback. You can't tell me he's not.
Oh.
He's a good cornerback, you son of a bitch. What the fuck, man? I watched him play. He's not bad. Anyways, we are finally playoff bound. Take it easy. Let's see what Drake May's got. You still got to beat the big bad boys in Buffalo Bills. But yeah, you were 4-13 last year. Why don't you take it easy? All right. 5 times in a row. Damn, only 4 his rookie year. Sheesh. Yeah. A lot of people don't remember because he had a great year his sophomore year, but coming out his first season in the NFL, rookie season, a lot of people were like, what the fuck? I thought Bijan was going to be a lot better than he is. Bri, how do you feel when Eagles drafted Kyle McCord?
I mean, I'm fine with it. It was low risk.
Yeah, I mean, he'll play 1 game and throw 10 touchdowns, and they'll trade him for a fucking first-round pick next year. It'll be fantastic. They'll probably end up with Arch Manning, too. Raiders were 1 pick away from Will Johnson. Yeah, who got Will Johnson?
Will Johnson went to...
Saints? Not Saints, right?
I'll look it up real quick here, but I'm sorry. I was looking up Kentucky.
No, you go ahead. Look up Kentucky. I'll look up Will Johnson. Will Johnson is a Cardinal. I think the Cardinals had a better draft. Yeah, I think the Cardinals had a better draft than we kind of expect them to usually. Raiders were 1 pick away. What's the deal with James Cook, boys? Any contract update? They did table contract discussions, and I would have too. He is not Saquon Barkley, and he's asking for more money than Saquon Barkley. I'm good on that. Cardinals got Will. They had a decent draft. Yeah, the Cardinals, I'm going to look up their draft class. Bri, you got Kentucky stats for me?
I do.
Go ahead.
So, this is a Kentucky defense that gave up 30. They were bad. They weren't good. They gave up 48 to Florida, 31 to South Carolina, 41 to Louisville.
All right. Jesus.
In a rivalry game at home, they gave up 41 points to Louisville.
Yeah, but the 2 guys that we got were bright spots in those games. All right, Brian. You know, I don't want to talk about this anymore, okay? I'm holding on for dear life.
Gave up a 41 burger.
I'm holding on for dear life. I got no tooth, Brian. All right? Give me something. All right, anyways. Brian sent a fucking TikTok of his dude killing Rocky Prop's new quarterback. And I get a video this morning from TikTok that I sent in the group chat of our 3rd round pick slapping, like the NFL posts a fucking Landon Johnson clip where he's slapping and I'm like, what is this? This proves nothing. He's terrible. The fucking bag was barely moving when he was slapping it. I'm like, why is this? What is happening right now? But yeah, so of the 3 teams though, my team definitely did worse. I just wanted to,
yeah, I'd say the Giants had a better
The Giants had a better
last year draft than both of our teams.
Okay, I think you think that, but I'm going to tell you their draft class right now. I was actually surprised that I don't think it's as good as we think it is. I love the Abdul Carter pick, right? But let me tell you the rest of the fucking team that they got. They get Abdul Carter. We think he's a world beater. They get Jackson Dart. We do not think he's good, correct?
I mean, best case scenario, he's Bo Nix too.
Yeah, exactly. They get Darius Alexander from Toledo in the 3rd round. What's that do for you? They get Cam Scatabo in the 4th round. Okay. I think he's good. Back. Yeah. They get Marcus Mbo, a guard from Purdue in the 5th round. They get Thomas Fedone, a tight end from Nebraska. And they get Corey Black from Oklahoma State. I mean, I think the only good pick in that draft is fucking Abdul Carter.
Yeah, it's flashy. It's lots of names.
Yeah, it's just the names. I don't think they did better than the Bills. I do not think they did better than fucking the Eagles either. I don't.
They did better than the Bills.
They didn't do better than the Bills, you son of a bitch. Anyways.
They did better than the Bills. Come on.
Shut the fuck up. You know what, dude? When that 330-pound, 6'7" guy's coming through the line and smushes his sack on Jalen Hurts' fucking forehead, you're going to be singing a different tune.
Well, who is the best player to come out of Kentucky in recent years?
Ray Davis, probably.
It wasn't Benny Snell. It wasn't Levis.
I don't know. Probably Ray Davis. He's on the Bills. Who is it?
I don't know.
I told you in the group chat yesterday that I thought that maybe Brandon Beane thought he was drafting an NBA team and forgot that he shouldn't be drafting from Kentucky.
Like, look, there are plenty of other teams in the SEC. And you guys decided to go with the team that went 1-7 in the SEC. They won one SEC game last year.
But our guy gives handshakes to everybody, Bry. I'm not gonna lie, this might be a favorite.
And they lost one of their out of conference games to Louisville. So what they won what 4-8?
But I want you to look at
4-8 SEC team. You drafted 2 other defensive players.
But I want you to look at the stats from those guys, Rise. Specifically those guys. They're good. I'm not going to lie. I think Ray Davis could have similar numbers with a full workload. I don't know. I've liked what I've seen from Ray Davis. I don't know. I think Brian and I are of the same like ilk when we say running backs outside of like the top tier talent, I think are pretty interchangeable, right?
Yeah, for the most part. I think you could probably say top 10 because at this point in time, James Cook isn't asking much more than what a third receiver is going for now. And I would argue that Cook's value is greater than our wide receiver 3.
Yeah, I agree too. He had 19 touchdowns last year. I'm not saying anything bad about James Cook. I just think that we could probably use that money somewhere else. I don't know.
But the way your team's currently constructed, I don't know if you have a guy. I don't know if Ray Davis is going to step in and make up 19 touchdowns.
I also agree with that too, and I don't see us adding any other offensive talent that tells me we're going to replace those 19.
Yeah, why didn't you guys draft a running back?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. I
why
can't
didn't you guys
tell
get another receiver?
Brian,
wait, I forgot. You guys re-signed Shakir.
Yeah, we signed.
I don't know if that comment was funnier or when you took your tooth was funnier.
You're a son of a bitch. Anyways, Ray Davis is good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like what I see from him, and I think he is like a capable number 2. I don't know if he's a number 1 workload kind of guy. He's kind of small. Do I trust Cat over 22.5 points today? No, I don't trust Cat to do anything. I thought he was going to have a great game too. Went all in on him, and he absolutely killed me. I did him under first half points. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like Cat at all right now. By the way, Shadows, Boston are still winning the finals. They had one off game and lost by 2 points. Bri, do you think that Boston's going to win this year?
I think Boston goes to the finals.
You think what?
I think Boston goes to the finals.
Oh, yeah, absolutely going to the finals. But odds are they probably win again.
I mean, Oklahoma City versus Boston.
Yeah.
I like I said, I don't believe the Cleveland hype.
Me either.
I mean, they're a good team. Do they have a guy who can take over the game?
Cleveland?
Yeah. Like take over a game. They like
outside of Donovan Mitchell, maybe.
Yeah, but okay, so let's say there's 7 minutes left in the game, you're down by 8, and you just need someone to go on a fucking heater, and he's gonna get the ball every single time down the court and take it over. Is that Donovan Mitchell?
No, I think you'd probably rather have Jason Tatum in that scenario.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need like an alpha. And not to say that Donovan Mitchell's a bad player. I don't think he is. But I don't think he like crunch time against Boston. I just feel like Boston will just.
I would be curious to see how I know this playoff basketball is a little bit different, but I would be curious to see like the season long matchup and like what the record was and who won. Because I think Cleveland did well against them this year in the regular season, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Cleveland, Cavs, regular season record for Celtics.
We did need a tight end. We did not get a tight end. I don't know if we didn't need a receiver.
Yeah, I don't think that the Bills did better than the Eagles. So I will say that.
And they did draft a couple like swing guard tackles. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I don't think we need a receiver. We got Dotson.
2024. Hold on, I'm looking real quick.
And the 2 guys we drafted last year.
Yeah, so this season they played looks like 6 times, and they're exactly 3-3. Cleveland and Cleveland versus Boston. So
yeah,
but
you didn't give a shit about that game.
Yeah, I mean, it could, and honestly, some people could have been resting, but most of these games are tight. I'd say the series goes 6-7 games, though, right?
Playoff Boston is different.
They are, but they did just lose to fucking Orlando.
Okay.
I think Cleveland gets at least 2 games.
Talk to me when Orlando wins 2 more games.
Okay, I like it. Can't wait for these finals. The 3 is king, and Boston does shoot the 3 better than anyone else. I like to point out that in the regular season, when Celtics and OKC collided for 2 games, Thunder won both of those games. Listen, I can speak for me and my co-host Brian when we say we would rather Boston never win another championship ever again as a city. I think we can both agree with that, Brian. Yes, you guys have had enough, and I have had enough, frankly. So yes, that's it. But Brian, you got anything else for the boys before we dip out today?
No, I'd like. My wife is going to become a Bills fan because they drafted Kentucky players. And like all
baby,
like all the professional sports teams that she roots for, like the Reds and the Bengals, they're not going to win a championship. So, welcome to having a loser join your fan base. My wife.
You son of a bitch. Shadow says, I'm pulling for OKC winning this year. This will be the downfall for Boston. I would love to see a small market team win a championship. Simple as that. I would love it.
All
right.
Yes. I know.
Yes.
Have you been following some English soccer?
Wrexham
gets promoted for the 3rd year in a row, first time ever.
Next to impossible to do that.
And now they're going to be playing in the championship league, and that's where it gets hard.
Yeah, I cannot believe. You fucking son of a bitch, Lilith. You son of a bitch. I feel bad knowing she doesn't know what it's like to have a Super Bowl. Yeah, shut up, you fucking cocksucker. I cannot believe you and Bri are the worst human beings on the fucking face of the earth, dude. I cannot believe both of you right now.
But here's one good thing. I love my wife very much. And I love you too. So
you son of a bitch. Yeah. Okay. All right. Josh Hart go over 19.5 PR today. What do you think, Bri?
I don't have an opinion on.
I
don't have an opinion on him.
That's a lot. The only thing that keeps you in it is if
it's the rebounds, right? He could pull down like 12 boards.
If he pulls down 12 boards, you're fucking clean because he's definitely going to score fucking 8 points. Yeah, that's in. You know what? Now that I think about it, it's in play. These games have been close, and he's been playing 40 minutes a fucking game like everybody else on the starting side of our team. Kansas CB Kobe Bryant, who signed with the Falcons as an undrafted free agent, reacts to going undrafted. Crazy if you think 26 corners are better than me. We watched you play at Kansas, Kobe. It was not impressive, so maybe take a break.
Kobe Bryant originally was at correct me if I'm wrong, University of Cincinnati, and then transferred to Kansas.
Yes, he was. I watched him play at Kansas. It wasn't good.
Was Kansas's defense better or worse than Kentucky's?
It was worse, you son of a bitch. I can't believe that you are going to sit here with a straight face and ask me that question right now. It was much worse. I cannot believe you. I fucking cannot. This is ridiculous. The all-time Dan Crash out is about to fucking happen on this goddamn stream. I don't think Kobe Bryant's going to be bad, but I think he might be gassing himself up just a little bit.
So with Wrexham now joining the championship league, and like I said, I have nothings that I'm addicted to that I don't necessarily follow.
Yeah.
English soccer as much as everyone else.
Yeah.
They're going to have to get another investor, are they not?
They quietly welcomed a billionaire onto the investment team last season. The Allen family or some shit like that. That is going to be the minority investing that they're going to need in order to compete this season. But I would welcome you to see who they sign in the summer transfer window, because they are going to be dropping hundreds of millions of dollars, I would assume.
Well, because I was explaining it to my wife. I was like, they've been able to move up because they have more money than everyone. Basically, but now they're getting into like oil money.
They're getting into chic money territory right now.
Yeah,
like as soon as you hit money, as soon as you hit the Premier League, that's when you're doing like billionaire Chinese money. But outside of that, like the champ and widely regarded, like I'm going to get a little nerdy real quick about English soccer, but widely regarded as the most competitive division outside of the EPL. The championship league is a fucking nightmare, like a nightmare. They are going to have to sign big name players, and they've done well, like kind of investing in people that are like divisions better than the talent that they're playing. And that's why they've moved up so quickly. But this is where it gets very, very difficult.
What's the chances of them being relegated next year?
It's like 85%, because there's 3 teams coming down from the Premier League that were relegated, and obviously 3 teams going up. Those 3 teams get an extra $40 million for just like to ease the financial blow, because every EPL team gets like $100 million a season from just all the shit. So they get an extra 40 million. So those 3 teams that are relegated have like the best chance of getting promotion again. And when you're just moving up from League One to Championship, the fucking difference in talent, Bri, is like MLS to fucking EPL. You know what I mean?
It's like Truck Series to the Cup Series.
Precisely. It's like putting one of those fucking clowns from the Truck Series in a full-time NASCAR Cup Series schedule. That's what it is, dude. So I wouldn't be shocked if they get relegated. I wouldn't. I know that they're going to spend fucking money, though, so maybe they're like mid-tier, kind of mid-pack team.
I'm rooting for them.
If they fucking do 4-4 and they go up to the EPL, it might be the best story ever.
I feel like them getting promoted a 3rd time in a row is the best story of the season, right? Of the year.
It's incredible.
In all sports.
And fucking Ryan Reynolds needed it so bad right now. He needed this so bad right now, dude. He's like on the outskirts. Him and his wife are like hated now.
I will never root against an American in a foreign sport.
Oh no, this is phenomenal. Now we know that it's the easiest
I want
thing
America
ever.
to fucking take over European soccer.
Listen,
so those
here's
little
the deal.
pussies across the sea, across the ocean, can be like, the Americans, you know what? They can go fuck off.
Shadows, I would just rather play the points total if you're gonna play that. Fuck it. Bri, the one thing that we have yet to discuss is when this podcast gets so big that we're so filthy rich from it, which division soccer team are we going to buy in order to bring them up to their like version of the EPL?
So
are we going to Norway?
So when I was playing FIFA many years ago, I used to be Macclesfield.
Maxfield.
Macclesfield.
Scottish?
Macclesfield.
Scottish?
No, it's European. It's English.
But they're like 5th division or something?
They might be 4th division. They were in League 2 when I used to play.
Oh, nice. So you gotta I think we go Scottish. I think we got a better shot there. Nobody's spending money in Scotland.
I don't know, man.
We're buying a team, Bri. It's gonna happen. If we ever get rich,
a fucking boring sport.
It is. So maybe we just buy a trucks team.
I'd rather buy a NASCAR team, but that sounds like a money pit too.
It does.
That sounds like more of a money pit than fucking soccer team.
But hey, soccer is not a money pit. You know how much fucking money these dudes are gonna get from just getting to the championship league? I think is a $50 million promotion.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get a shit ton of money plus all the sponsors that are American sponsors are gonna be lined up to.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make so much fucking money this year. Brian, we ever get rich as fuck together, we're buying a team. You know that.
If Ryan Reynolds was like, "Yo, Elon, you want in?"
Oh my god,
can you imagine how many faces would melt if Elon Musk was a part owner of Wrexham?
Just $20 billion injected into the fucking business right away. They get Ronaldo from fucking Saudi Arabia over.
He's the richest man in the world still, right?
Yeah, he is by far, I think. Actually.
So,
let's take it easy because there's some sheiks in fucking Saudi Arabia that want a conversation with him if he's claiming to be the richest in the world.
No, I think it's pretty well established that Elon Musk is the wealthiest person in the world. Right?
On paper, I'm sure, but there's a couple kings in the Middle East that probably have close to trillions of dollars, I would assume.
But I mean, that's all well and good, but are they going to invest it into a soccer team? I feel like Elon Musk would be like, "Oh yeah, let's fucking," and he would throw whatever money would be needed.
How do we facilitate this? How do we make this happen?
Well, next time Rocky's on, we will get Donald Trump on the phone.
Yeah, we'll talk to him.
and then we'll get Elon's number, and we can. I mean, I'm from Philly, so I feel like I know Rob McElhaney. So
I feel like he might be your friend. Did you grow up with him?
No, I did not. No.
Okay. What's worse, to lose all Super Bowl appearances or not appear in a Super Bowl? It's equally very, very terrible, but I feel like losing all the Super Bowl appearances is way worse, maybe, right?
Yeah, especially to
the NFC East.
Well, especially to Jeff Hostetler and Dave Meggett. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, so glad we ended on a high note.
It wasn't even Phil Simms. It was Jeff Hostetler. It was Jeff Hostetler was the quarterback of the Giants. They couldn't even lose to the better of the two.
Hey, listen, we should have won that Giants game. I will never fucking submit. We should have won the Giants Super Bowl. That was our one Super Bowl that we should have had right now.
And then you lost to fucking Mark Rippon.
Well,
who was another journeyman quarterback.
Yeah, we had a tough one. Bills have made 4 Super Bowls. Yeah, I know you, cocksucker. I'm aware of the fact that we have lost and who we've lost to. Okay?
So
we had no chance in the Cowboys games, though.
Hostetler, Mark Rippon, Aikman.
But again, we had no chance in the fucking Cowboys Super Bowl. Those games were not even close. I think the Commanders game wasn't really even that close either, but the Giants one is the one we should have won. The Giants one is the one we should have won. That's it. Simple as that. All right, boys, we are out.
You didn't even lose to Phil Simms. God damn it.
Shut up, you son of a bitch. Anyways, for me, for the Bry, for Rocky Prop, who was here for a collective of 5 minutes.
To a backup quarterback. And then what do they do? 2.5 decades later, they draft UK's defense in the 2025 draft.
Leave our draft alone. All right, boys, we're out.
UK.
Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Before I came up in the game, these hoes didn't show no love. They see me in the club and used to treat me like a scrub. They wouldn't holler cause my dollars wasn't swollen up. I bet they changed their mind when them 84s come rolling up. They see that I'm a star, now they wanna sit in my car. Now they wanna count my G's, smoke my weed and sip my bar now. They used to love to diss me, now they rush to hug and kiss me now. They telling all their friends when I leave how they miss me now. 281-330-8004. Hit Mike Jones up on the low cause Mike Jones about to blow. Before the ice was